Greetings, survivors and friends, SHADOWFRAX here, and in the last video, I did a mistake, which I'll sort out shortly, plus I'll also make it up to you with a small Rust giveaway, because I'm nice like that. Also this week, rumblings of a homing missile launcher. But first, August's patch dropped yesterday, as of saying these words, as it is August already. My word. And with it arrived a few new things, plus a couple of last-minute inclusions. The first being that there's now a bit more info for you to look at whilst you're lounging around in a wounded state, namely, what your probability of recovery is, and how long you have to wait until you find out which side the coin lands on. Would be handy to have that sort of thing on the NHS.
Actually, speaking of which, shouldn't this say you might die unless you get help soon instead of you will? Literally unplayable.
As a friendly reminder, you should aim to stay hydrated, well-fed, unbothered, moisturised and focused too, probably, as this increases your chances. Plus, having a large med kit in your belt makes it a certainty, if there is such a thing. Chat emojis are here. I'd wager you've probably already had the pleasure of being exposed to their wonders, and the Vulcans among you have probably also already found the new options in the menu to turn them off. Or at least make them stay still, or just get rid of server-specific ones. Talking of which, yes, server owners can make their own. They need to be no bigger than 256 pixels square, under 250 kilobytes, must be PNGs or JPEGs, and popped into the server emoji folder, which you'll find in your server's directory. See the Rust Wiki for more info, and please note the warning about offensive emoji, and all the best in finding something that absolutely nobody will be offended by. The emoji system isn't currently supported in Rust Plus, but compatibility is subject to change, and the team are investigating it, so you can look forward to that in 2025. This month's DLC, as highlighted previously, is another new building skin, this time allowing you to steal the look of every new housing estate in Britain. Brick skin for the stone tier is here, and costs the same as Adobe on the store. You'll notice the roof lines changed somewhat compared to the previous iteration, no parapets now. However, this week, courtesy of Facepunch, I have a copy of this DLC to give away to one of you. You'll find the link in the description and pinned comment, and I'll draw a winner at random this Sunday. All the best. As for other building skins, there are two more coming that I know of, namely Brutalist, which I think is going to be for top tier, and that should be arriving either next month or in October, and Frontier, which aims to emulate the old legacy Rust look for wood and should be arriving in December. Not sure if there are any more planned for next year, but I'll let you know. If there were, what sort of thing would you like to see? How about some interior decor next? Who remembers this concept for wallpaper from 2015 that was meant to empower you to decorate the inside of your base? Ha!
Concept Limbo.
Let me know what you think. In other changes this patch, there were several improvements to the burst module, adding up to quite a buff. Time between shots was reduced, recoil was decreased, and the aim cone was reduced, so that should help solos. As well as this, C4 and satchel charges can be placed on all vehicles again. You can no longer place towels under foundations. There's finally a new model for the laser detector. Power lines don't look like they're sponsored by Sharpie anymore, and world models for ammo are now conditional, meaning that they'll reflect stack sizes visually, which is a very nice little quality of life change. There were a number of bug fixes relating to industrial pipework, and 57, count them, art bug fixes, which you can see a full list of in the changelog on the dev blog. Also, if the server you're on unexpectedly shuts down whilst you're crafting, the crafting queue items will no longer be lost to you. Jolly handy. Okay, so in the vid before this one I showed the new weapon racks, and I have to admit, I did a mistake. Not like me, I know, it's just the pressure gets to me sometimes. I said you couldn't rotate items on the racks when placing them, but I was wrong. You just have to press shift. There. These are only on the Auxo 1 staging branch right now, but they should be coming in next month's patch on the 7th of September. As yet, nobody's either denied or confirmed that there'll be a a store item or not. I have a suspicion they will be, as they weren't released this month, because I assume 2 DLCs in one go might be a bit much lol, but I might be wrong, and I'll try to find out and let you know when I do. Now to works in progress, and the Nexus system is looming large on the horizon. The ferry terminal is installed, as you should know now, and static clan tables have appeared on the main branch in the outpost here, and at the bandit camp inside the dredge. This is also planned to be a deployable item, so you won't have to go out to use it. Clans in the Nexus are something that will go hand in glove when they arrive properly, possibly in about 2 months' time. as you'll need a way to organise your 1,000-man Zerg across all those linked servers, and I'll keep you up to date with more details as they come in. There's quite a lot of work being put into a branch called Tutorial Island, because every game should have one, I guess. Assuming this will ease new players into the harrowing Rust experience by immediately throwing roof campers, hackers, and hordes of screaming naturists with rocks at them as soon as they start. As well as this, other confirmed works in progress are a visual and FX refresh to Bradley, global networked bases to improve performance and visibility of distant bases across the server. There was a commit relating to an extra small single planter, which isn't confirmed to actually be getting added yet. It might just be shelves, although I think houseplants would glam things up in my opinion, so I hope it does get put in. A rail network link is coming at some point, which will connect the above and below ground rail networks into one huge, glorious circuit. Can't wait for that. There's also a new player-piloted attack heli-chopper and parachutes on the way, and intriguingly, these commits relating to a homing missile launcher, which, as far as I can ascertain, will be a new weapon and have something to do with the upcoming air update, of which aforementioned chopper and chutes will no doubt be a part. Perhaps this will be some kind of countermeasure. Time and staying tuned to this channel will tell, so make sure to leave a like and sub if you're not already, and I'll do my best. You are now up to date, so please let me know what you think to this week's stuff, what you like and what you don't. There are no right or wrong answers. Come and join me on Twitch for streams. You'll find links to all my socials below, including my Steam group where you can stay up to date on my content. And if you'd like to support me, you can do so with super thanks, YouTube memberships and on Patreon. I shall catch you all soon, but in the meantime, keep calm and stay rusty. Cheerio.